Hey guys, it's Cara, aka the Pretty Little Lawyer, and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for stopping by, and if this is not your first time here, thank you so much for coming back. So, in today's video, I am going to be starting what is sure to be a lengthy series on the dining room. So I thought I was gonna do my bedroom first, but I think I just want to finish this second level. And because it's going to be such a massive undertaking, it's going to take me some time. And I want you guys to come along with me on this journey. I remember like a couple years ago, I did a poll on my Instagram. I kind of asked people what they wanted to see. And as predicted, like most people want to see a finished product. Like they love a reveal video, and like going along and seeing like the step-by-step isn't as exciting. But I think it's impactful, first of all, and second, I think it helps people to understand what really goes into decorating your space. So I am going to be starting this series about my dining room. I've done a budget, and I think if I want to pay cash for this project, which I absolutely do, I went into quite a bit of debt trying to get my living room together in a short period of time, and by short, I mean 7 months. And it really put me in a place financially that I don't want to be. And so this project I want to do all cash. So it is going to take me some time. So I'm letting you guys know that from the jump. Like, this is going to be a lengthy series, possibly 7 months to a year. But I want you guys to see it from beginning to end. Now, if that is not your thing, if you are like, no girl, I don't want to watch you every week do like this little bit and that little bit, don't worry, I got you.
Now, if you have a spirit of impatience and you really want to help me speed up this process, one thing you could do is like this video and subscribe to my channel. It's free to you and will help me get sponsors, which will speed up the process by cutting down the budget.
At the end of this project, there is obviously going to be a reveal video. I am going to still, keep some things for that video. I am going to be documenting this process, and I will do like a shorter form reveal video at the end. I cannot promise you that that will be anytime soon. I don't know when that will be, but as I'm doing this series, I will let you guys know, and you'll be able to see that we're getting closer to that point. So in today's video, I'm going to be walking you through kind of the first steps I go through when I start a room. So the first thing I kind of do is brainstorming. Now that I've finished my living room, I kind of know what the color scheme is going to be for the dining room, and I just saw a video on YouTube that kind of pulled everything together for me mentally as to what I want my dining room to look like. So during the brainstorming process, I watch a lot of YouTube videos, I do a lot of pinning on Pinterest, and that's kind of all I do for months until one day something clicks. I start to put that on paper. Now, typically I've been doing that on Pinterest.
My Pinterest boards are super organized, and my home board is broken down by room. So my kitchen and dining board has been getting a lot of attention lately. I've decided that I definitely want banquette seating in the dining room, and I also want some type of built-in or built-in light structure with lots of artwork. I'm going to continue the moody decor from the living room, and this is what we're hoping to get.
But I recently learned how to make mood boards in Keynote. So I will be sharing the details on how to do that with you guys in a later video. Now that I have my mood board together and I kind of have a vision of what I want to do with the dining room, it's time to talk money. It's time to look at the budget and see how much this project is actually going to cost me. When I'm putting my budget together, I like to look at the extreme of things. I like to look at how much this could possibly cost me if I got everything I wanted, if I spent top dollar on each item, because you never know where things are going to cost more or cost less. Now that we have our budget, we can start to do something more exciting, and that is mapping out the dining room and what it's going to look like. So I'm going to be taking my painter's tape, I'm going to be taking my measuring tape, I'm going to be taking my pencil and paper, and I'm going to start getting down to the nitty-gritty of gridding things out and where they're going to fall in the room. So let's do that now. This is also like the super not sexy part about interior design or like designing your space, and that is measurements. I hate measuring things. I think I say that in probably every video, but I've been burned enough times with scale that I don't mess around with measuring for furniture. Like, I am going to measure to make sure that the furniture is not too big or too small, because returning furniture, rugs, things like that is expensive and time consuming. So it's better to measure 15 times and cut once than to like have to send stuff back because it doesn't fit. So if you have to send something back because you don't like it, you don't like the design, the color, that kind of thing, that's not really avoidable until you see it in the space. You don't know if you're gonna like it or not, but scale, you can get right the first time. So I am now measuring this space. So this wall is insanely large. It's like 21 feet across, which is like obscene. You actually can't even see the whole thing in the video, but I've already measured that wall. So now I'm just going to show you guys. I'm gonna measure the space in between this wall and the, what is it called? The island. I'm going to measure the space between this wall and the island just to get an idea of how much space I'm working with, how much clearance I need, all of that stuff. So it's 124 inches, which is a little over 10 feet. So I know I want my dining room table to be either rectangular or oval because the room itself is a rectangle. So when I subtract the 6 feet, I will have the correct numbers. So let's do that. 21 minus 6 is 15. So my table can be up to 15 feet in length. I'm definitely not gonna do that big of a table because this wall is like a little extreme. I think I want it to line up with the bar. So I need to see how long it is to the end of the bar. So 15 by 4 is the biggest table I can get. I'm obviously not getting a 15-foot table. I want my table to serve at least 6 people, maybe 8. So, okay. So the size table I can actually fit in this room would fit about 12 people because I could go up to 120 inches. There we go. I could go up to about 120 inches in length. I'm not gonna go that big. I really just need to seat about 6 to 8 people. So, but I know that that table will fit. I know that that table will fit in this room no matter what because the length is so long. I just need to be cognizant of the width. I can't get a table that's wider than 48 inches or 4 feet. Good to know. If I'm getting a table that's 48 inches by, let's say, 86 to 88, let's see what size rug I need. And by the way, I'm doing all of this on West Elm just because they're the first thing that comes up on Google. So the rug should extend at least 2 feet beyond your table on each side so there's room to pull out chairs. Most tables need a rug that's at least 8 feet wide. So actually my table would be 7, so 9. Yes, I would need a 9 by 6. Okay, yeah, 6 by 9 rug. So let's write that down, write everything down. So I'm looking at a table that is 7 by 4 and a rug that is 6 by 9. So I've looked at a couple of options of different bookshelves from IKEA that I could use to kind of create a built-in look. I saw this on Instagram that made me believe that I could do this project, so I'm gonna try it out. But right now I'm just gonna kind of map out approximately how tall these bookshelves would be and how wide to let me know how many units I'm going to need to purchase. Right now, I'm thinking I'm gonna need at least 4 just because of how wide this wall is. And the idea that I have in my head is that I'm going to do the built-in look on either side of the banquette seating. So on one side of the table is gonna be the banquette seating, and then I'm gonna have chairs on the other side. And on either side of the banquette seating are gonna be bookshelves, and above the banquette seating is going to be artwork. So I know that all sounds like a lot with this blank wall behind me, but in theory, I think I can get it done. So now what I'm gonna do is measure out the painter's tape so that I can kind of mock the bookshelves on the wall. Okay, so this is representative of one Hofstede unit from IKEA with 2 of the small Billy bookcase stands from IKEA. So as you can see, there's about a foot of vertical space above the top of this. I do know that the Hofstede comes with a base. I think the base is included in the measurements, but I'm not exactly sure. But I also know there is a top unit you can add to the Billy bookcases that is about a foot high. I know that because I use them in my closet. I use the Billy bookcases. I ended up not getting the top unit because I put my boots on the top. But now I know that there's gonna be about a foot of space here. So it might not look exactly like a built-in. I could also always, you know, create one just by running to Lowe's and like creating the built-in look. I'm also thinking that I could put picture lights over them. So there's like a lot of things that I could do, but at least I know kind of what I'm working with in terms of vertical space. So I'm also looking at this wall, and I'm probably going to need 2 of these full things, like side by side on both sides, to get the banquette seating to start where I want it to start. Because I want it to start kind of where this table is, and I think I could probably fit another one of these units here and put the banquette seating in between what would be the built-ins. So yeah, it's coming together in my mind. But yeah, that's kind of what I'll be doing for the next week, and I'll show you guys the finished product as we start next week's video. Alright guys, so that's it for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed what I've shared so far and that you'll stick around with me for this journey going forward. In next week's video, I'm going to be showing you exactly how I put together that mood board in Keynote and some free features that I've learned how to use in that program. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, I hope you'll subscribe to my channel down below. And if you're looking forward to this journey, definitely make sure you're subscribed and that you've hit that notification bell so that you don't miss a video in this process. And I will see you next week. I don't even have enough tape measure. I am terrified. I'm terrified of tape measures, by the way. Like, they will injure you.